Hello, Internet. Today we're doing a Supreme Vintage Cube draft. Taking a look at this pack, we've opened up a bit of a bummer pack here. So this format is all about Moxen and playing blue, is what I have experienced. 100% of the decks that I have played against and drafted have been blue, because you end up like all of the best cards in Vintage Cube, or a lot of them are blue. Your Ancestral Recalls, your Time Walks, and whatever. So it's pretty much a given that you're going to be heavy blue, if not mono blue. So with that in mind, it could take like Inkwell Leviathan. Tinker is a pretty good strategy in this cube, I think, because you always are gonna have artifacts to tinker away because you end up with a whole bunch of Moxen. I could also take Regrowth. Regrowth is pretty good for getting back your Ancestral Recalls or Time Walks. There's also like a Trigon Predator, which is a slow but like can be pretty effective in a long game, I would guess. I have not played it yet, but I'm just based on how the games have played out so far. There are a number of times when I think Trigon Predator would have done some pretty powerful stuff. I don't think I'm gonna end up really hurting for 3-drops though, so I'm gonna take the Inkwell Leviathan so I have a good tinker target if I happen to find that. And then, there's also Expansion Explosion, which is interesting. You can copy Recall or Time Walk with that. I think I'm just gonna take Regrowth. Green is a fairly common second color, because you get access to stuff like Regrowth, but also Oko, which is one of the more powerful cards in the cube. Okay, this pack is interesting. So, strongest cards in the pack are probably like Demonic Tutor. There's Urza, which is strong. I could take like Breeding Pool or Bayou if I wanted to take some fixing. There's also a Sneak Attack. Sneak Attack's good. Kind of thinking about like Urza and Cryptic here though. I basically just force blue in these drafts. Like it's hard to imagine a world where I don't end up heavy blue. Could take Breeding Pool to help me splash Regrowth and or any Okos that I find. I don't think I'll miss a Demonic Tutor that much. I think Urza's very, very good. Cryptic Command is solid, but honestly, like, 4 mana is kind of a lot. I mean, I guess Urza's also 4, but Urza, often you can play Urza and then, like, leave up a counterspell after that because it kind of gives you a 1-mana rebate. I'm going to take the Urza, and I'm going to take Breeding Pool. Okay, here's a Time Walk. I like that. Definitely taking that. Just go ahead and toss that in the pile now. So, what else am I doing here? I got a few good options. There's Soulfire Grandmaster. That's a combo with Time Walk. It's a pretty expensive combo, though. There's Caracas, which is just a very powerful card in general. There's a lot of strong legends in the cube. Works with my Urza. I can keep getting more constructs. There's like Primeval Titan, but that's a 6-mana play. Leovold is strong, but it stretches my mana pretty thin. It is very good in like it shuts down Ancestral Recall pretty effectively, which is one of sort of the format defining cards I've found. It's also just like Trinket Mage. Hmm. I'm not sure which of these I want. Guess I'm leaning towards Caracas. The mana cost on Leovold's just really rough. Like, I really want my decks to end up with something like 12 blue sources in them, and a lot of the time you end up playing, like, if I get, like, a Mox Pearl or a Mox Ruby, I'm gonna play those, right? So then I'm playing a green, black, blue card, and alongside, like, Mox Pearl or Ruby, so I'll just take the Caracas. There's a Strip Mine. There's Omnath. I don't think I'm on Omnath here, but it's interesting. Spec's a bit of a dud. I think I'm going to take Strip Mine. What's my second pick, though? Could be Birds of Paradise. It's not great. I could take just, like, Oust if I... Like, there's a chance that I don't end up green, although with Regrowth and Breeding Pool, it seems pretty likely. I guess I'll take the Birds of Paradise. I don't love it, but I don't think I want Gilded Lotus. That's a little bit bigger than what I'm doing, and Control Magic's fine, but it's like a little on the expensive side for just like tapping out for 4 mana threats, and it interacts with like creatures, which this cube is really not about creatures, especially not in the Supreme draft. Is what I've found. So yeah, I'll take the birds. Okay, we got a couple of good cards here. I'll take a Jace and a Misty. Jace is 4 mana, but it is about the strongest thing you can do at 4 mana. And Misty Rainforest is just a solid piece of fixing. Shuffles for Jace, which is good. Take Soul Ring. Soul Ring is one of the best cards in the cube. Pretty happy to grab that here. Looking at a few options. So Thirst for Knowledge is very strong. Just a really solid piece of card draw. It does really get blown out by Hull Breacher, though. I found Hull Breacher to be one of the more powerful effects in the cube, because it hoses stuff like Thirst for Knowledge so heinously. Like, you play Thirst for Knowledge, your opponent plays Hull Breacher, and then you discard an artifact or 2 cards, and your opponent gets 3 treasures, and you don't draw. I guess I'll just grab the Verdant Catacombs. Yeah, Catacombs is good. I got the Winter Orb with Urza, but people just don't end... Like, it's just not even that good of a combo, because there's just so much of the mana is not in lands anyways. Like, both players are going to have, like, 3 Moxen in play every game or something like that. Yeah, I'll take the Catacombs. Okay, we got a few options here. So there's a Mox. Probably going to grab that. The Mana Vault. I don't love Mana Vault. I really only like it if I'm drafting the, like, very heavy artifact. Like, if I'm trying to, like, ramp up to, like, a Karn or something like that, Mana Vault's fine. But just, like, I wouldn't just jam it in any deck. There's another Jace, which is good. There's also Factor Fiction, which I find pretty interesting. Fact or Fiction lets me play at instant speed. It doesn't get blown out by Hull Breacher. It fills up my graveyard for regrowth. I think I still want the Jace, but it's pretty close between those two. I guess I'll take the Jace. Okay, Force of Will seems good. Yeah, I'm definitely snapping up a Force of Will here. I don't think I'm going to be potting. That seems a little ambitious. There's like the 4th Primeval Titan that I've seen. Could consider that. It's an expensive threat, but it is, I mean, like, finding Karakas Strip Mine is pretty nice. Like, I've got some, like, good utility lands to find with it. Could also take Tundra if I ended up wanting to splash white. I don't know what I'd be splashing for. Like, maybe Little Teferi I'd probably splash for. Tezzeret the Seeker can go get like a Soul Ring or a Mox Ruby or whatever. That's fine, not great. I think Tezzeret the Seeker is better if you're doing like the big mana stuff with like the Mana Vaults and the Grim Monoliths, things that don't untap normally and tap for several mana. I think I'll take Primeval Titan. Yeah, I'll take Primeval Titan. Not a great pack here. Not a great pack. There's Mystical. Can Mystical for Time Walk. I might find an Ancestral at some point. There's like Elder Gargaroth. Could just take like Elvish Mystic. Just as a cheap piece of acceleration. There's also Riftwing Cloudskate. Cloudskate's a little bit slow for this cube I've found. It's a lot worse than it is in like the regular vintage cube. Just because sometimes by the time a Cloudskate comes off, it's like the game can already be decided. It's not bad, it's just not great. Elder Gargaroth is a pretty good threat. Again, a little on the expensive side. How good is having Mystical for Time Walk or Regrowth? Elvish Mystic just seems so dorky when I can be playing Moxen instead. I guess I'll just... There's also some value, like blue cards are just generally stronger with Force of Will, so there's some value in just wanting blue cards, although blue cards that are card advantage, less so. Guess I'll take the Tutor in Cloudskate. Okay, there's another Time Walk, I like that. Take a second Time Walk here. And now what? There's an Upheaval? Upheaval's a little awkward because both players are gonna have a bunch of stuff. So like Upheavaling is just a little bit less effective when your opponent also has 3 Moxes. It's better when it's more, like, one-sided. Could just take Hydroid Krasis. Krasis is just, like, a big threat that's also some card draw. Yeah, I kind of like Krasis. Okay. We got a couple of good cards here. So there's a Sylvan Library. I like Library. There's Thirst for Knowledge. Just fine, but I don't have as many artifacts as I'd like to go with a Thirst for Knowledge. There's Golos. Golos can find Strip Mine or Caracas. How close am I to activating Golos? Pretty far away. I would still want a red and a black source for free. Pretty sure I'm taking this Sylvan Library. That seems good. And then I'm debating it could be Azorius Signet, Thirst for Knowledge, or Golos are sort of the three I'm looking between here. With two Jace the Mind Sculptors and a Sylvan Library and a Hydroid Krasis, I think I'm doing okay on card advantage. Guess it could be Signet. Signet makes Urza a little bit better. Golos seems like fun. I'm just going to take the Golos. Signet might lead to more wins, but I think Golos will be more fun. And that's what I'm here for. Emrakul. Emrakul's interesting. There's Azorius Signet. There's Brainstorm. How many fetches do I have? 1, 2. 2 fetches. Raphelos, but I don't think I have enough to make that work. Could take, like, Overgrown Tomb to go with this Golos, if I wanted to try to get there on that plan. Yeah, I'll take Azorius Signet Overgrown Tomb, I think. Okay. Okay, we got Oracle. Oracle's pretty sweet with, like, double Jace. Can put back some lands and then play them with Oracle. That's pretty strong. Ashiok is strong. I don't know if my mana can really support Ashiok super well. I'll take the Oracle. There's Acidic Slime. That's 5 mana. Just seems really slow for this format. Ashiok seems pretty strong, right? Like, how much? So I've got Misty, Verdant, Overgrown Tomb. So I have 3 black sources already. Ashiok's good with Time Walk. I think I'm just going to take the Ashiok. 4 sources with the Birds of Paradise. There's another Birds of Paradise. I think I like that. It's like a Copperline Gorge if I wanted to round out my Golos plan. It's also Commit to Memory. It's kind of cute. I think I'm in for birds. I'm not getting the good accelerants. I'm at pack 14 of 18, and I don't have any of the... I only have Soul Ring and Mox Ruby as far as, like, powerful accelerants. So I'll take the tier 2 accelerants of Mana Dorks instead. So this could be good if I got like a if I got a Narset type effect. I don't think, and the Copperline Gorge enters tapped a decent amount of the time, so I don't love Copperline Gorge. Plus, I already have red sources in my 2 Birds of Paradises and my Mox Ruby, so this Golos is already kind of active. So I'll take the commit to memory. I'm not committed to playing it just yet. Ha 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 ha. Oh, there's a Snapcaster Mage. That works pretty well with Time Walk. There's also a Bayou. That seems pretty good. Little Teferi's pretty good, but it would stretch my mana even further to play it. Time Spiral is not as good when a lot of your mana is coming from Mana Dorks and Signets and stuff. It is still a strong card, but I think I'd rather just shore up my Black Splash a little bit here. Okay, what are we looking at here? There's another Signet. There's a Tireless Tracker. I think I like that. Also Impulse. Impulse is decent. Well, I'm pretty confident I'm taking the Mox here. And this is what I was talking about. Like, I have 2 Mox Rubies in my blue-black, or in my blue-green deck that's splashing black. So, the mana ends up being a little bit sketchy. I think I'll take the Tireless Tracker. Like, having a good source of card advantage plays really well with Time Walk. Okay, well, there's an Oko. I like that. Oko is strong, and there's a Preordain. I think those are going to be my picks. Let's do a once-over on the pack here. So there's a Thieving Skydiver. That's a pretty good one in a format where everyone is playing Moxen. It's often just a 3-mana 2/1 that steals a land. Preordain is kind of nice, though, for just kind of smoothing over my draws, making my deck tick, making sure my Snapcaster has good hits. I'm definitely taking Oko. I think I'm just going to take Preordain over the Skydiver. I don't know. I'm not confident in that one. Skydiver versus Preordain. Maybe I want the Skydiver. I don't know. Think I'm going to take Preordain. Oh, gosh, I don't know. This is so hard. I haven't played enough of this format to know. Like, I know Skydiver's good. I don't know how. Like, it's possible this is just, like, one of, like, the best 20 cards or something in the cube. But Preordain's probably in the top 30 or 40. And it has some synergies. I'm gonna take the Preordain. Feels like a pretty safe pick. Like, how wrong can I go with having a Preordain here? Windswept Teeth is good. That finds my breeding pool. Or my overgrown tomb. Or my bayou. And I have 8 lands here. 9, 10, 11 if you count those. So this is at effectively 24 non-lands. So you can take like Mana Leak. You can take like Is It Signet. So I've got a couple of cards that I don't like love with how this deck turned out. I don't have a ton of just like interaction. So I'm thinking maybe I want a Mana Leak. Makes my Snapcaster a lot better. Yeah, I'll take a Mana Leak. Okay. So if I just hit add basics, not going to play any swamps. Just do like that. I don't know why sometimes it suggests not enough lands for a deck to just be complete. Wait, is this... Am I playing every card that I opened? Do I have no sideboard? What happened to my sideboard? I might be. I took a lot of lands. You only get 38 picks. So... That's like 15... Alright, just get over here. Okay. I don't think I want this Inkwell with where I landed. That seems like I didn't end up doing the Tinker thing, and 9 mana is a lot. Urza seems a little questionable. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 artifacts. Yeah, that's probably going to be one of the weaker cards in my deck. Which is surprising, because usually I think Urza is one of the stronger cards in this cube, but I just didn't end up with as many of the artifact ramp cards as I thought. Ooh, actually, Urza does kind of combo with Tireless Tracker, though. Makes all the clues tap for mana and grow my thing. So this would be 17 landish things. Plus 2 Birds of Paradise and Azorius Signet. How good is Mystical Tutor? What's Mystical Finding? Time Walk? Pretty much just always finding Time Walk. Is Mystical for Time Walk good enough? It might just not be. I don't have any blue instants or sorceries that get me, like, card advantage. Like, finding Time Walk's fine, but it's just not that, I don't know, like... I guess it's good. I do really want to find my Time Walks so that I can regrow them and snapcast them. I think I like it like this. Let me check on my sources real quick. So, green sources I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Yikes. Okay. I'm not counting the Birds of Paradise, even though they technically count for green. Or Golos, because that's kind of a little later. Blue, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 if you count the Azorius Signet. It's funny, the mana bases in this format end up being a little bit sketchy because you end up sacrificing sources to play Moxen. So if you end up playing 2 or more colors, you end up with some stretched mana bases. Like, I spent a lot of picks on lands. I spent 1, 2, 3, 4... Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I spent 8 picks on lands. And my mana's still a little sketchy. I mean, to be fair, 2 of those lands are effectively colorless in my deck, but... Okay, I guess I'll just go ahead and run it like this. See how it does. Okay, here we are for round 1. This opening hand seems good. Yeah, I'll keep this. Can play turn 1 Sol Ring, turn 2 Oko. Yep. Yep. Okay, this is a pretty explosive start. We've got access to 4 mana already. Thoughtseize. Yeah, that's good. They'll take my Oko, probably. So they've got 3 mana left. Really hoping they don't play like a Thieving Skydiver or a Dak Faden. If they steal my Soul Ring, that would be pretty brutal. Okay, Spellseeker is good. Probably finding an Ancestral Recall or a Time Walk would be my guess. Opponent's in the tank about what they're going to find with the Spellseeker. Which probably means it's not going to be an Ancestral Recall. So usually if you have one of those, it's not much of a decision. You just snap it right up. Probably find like a Mana Leak or something. I don't know. Or maybe they're just trying to decide which of their broken instants or sorceries they want to find. They're like, Mind Twist, Time Walk, Recall. Oh, yep. So they do have a recall. Cool. Lovely. Lovely. Well, I will go ahead and play a Sylvan Library and suspend a Riftwing Cloudskate. Library works out really nicely with the Verdant Catacombs because I can put back 2 things I don't want and then shuffle them away. Library seems like it's pretty good in this format. I found a lot of the time people don't end up like pressuring life totals a ton because they're just spinning their wheels casting a bunch of ancestral recalls and stuff, so I can probably afford to pay 4 life several times with this. Okay, opponent's got a Soul Ring. There's a Time Walk. Okay. I'll just go ahead and F6, make this a little easier for my opponent here. He got access to a lot of mana and a lot of cards and a lot of turns. So, well, only this turn for now, but 1 extra turn for now. They might have more. Might have a Snapcaster or something to get back the Time Walk. That's 5 mana. Stormcaller. Okay. Don't like that. Yep, there's the Stormcaller Snapcaster Time Walk. So they do have access to a lot of turns. Okay. Alright, they got 2 turns in the bank. Remember that thing I said about not pressuring life totals? That's, not happening. They are pressuring my life total. Okay, I think I'm just going to go ahead and concede. My opponent's got this one. Well, their deck seems spicy. Don't know what I'd change. Guess I'll just run it back how it is. Maybe I could speed things up a little bit, swapping like a commit for a Mystical Tutor, maybe. This hand seems pretty good. I don't actually have the green that I need to cast my Regrowth. That makes this hand a lot worse. Yikes. So I can, like, Time Walk. But that doesn't do a ton. You draw a new card every turn, it's fine. See, if I hit a green now, I'll be fine. Just gotta draw a forest this turn. See? Never didn't have it. Never didn't have it. Here, I'm gonna play a Birds of Paradise, I think, because like regrowing the Time Walk doesn't really do anything if I'm not casting it right away. And this way I'm just getting a little bit more mana on board. Next turn I can regrow and recast Time Walk. What would I want to draw? Like a Jace would be good. Yep. Opponent's got just Mox Tribal over there. They've been playing a lot of Mox effects. Okay. Well, Bayou's not bad. So go Bayou. We'll regrow Time Walk. I will replay Time Walk. Cast another Birds of Paradise. Okay, now we really need a card that gives us gas. A Tireless Tracker, Oracle of Moldiah, Jace. Not Verdant Catacombs. Was not looking for that one. I guess I'll play the Caracas. I'm gonna save the Catacombs because it allows me to fetch if I find my Jace. I can shuffle. It's good with Tireless Tracker. It gets me 2 clues. So I'll hang on to the Catacombs for now. I don't like that. So my opponent has 5 mana. They haven't played a land either. There's a Jace. Okay. Yep. Brainstorm. Up to 8 cards in hand. Oh, there's another Mox. Another Mox. My opponent still doesn't have any lands. Another Mox. Alright, come on, get the Sapphire. Just complete the set. Mind Twist X3. Well, that's a little bit of overkill, but okay. What do I want to draw? Golos would be good. Mox Ruby would not be good. That's not a card that I wanted to draw there. Yep, I'll just pass. Okay, they're brainstorming again with Jace. My opponent still hasn't played a single land. Gosh, I'd love just like a Shatter Storm. Just destroy all your artifacts. Okay. Still have 6 cards in hand. Are they just passing with 6 cards in hand? I'm gonna hold on to the island. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Holding on to the island in case I draw my Tireless Tracker. I guess I could have played the Mox Ruby out. I don't know. Makes it so that if they thought sees me, it misses. Yeah, I probably should have played the Mox Ruby, but it's seems pretty moot at this point. Given my opponent has had a Planeswalker in play for several turns and I have 0 power on board. Maybe all their ways of winning are legendary. No, I already saw ways that weren't in game 1. They had Snapcaster and Seagate Stormcaller. Uh, 5 mana. They doing some Seagate Stormcaller Time Walkie nonsense. Okay, there's a Spellseeker. Spellseeker's probably going to find their Time Walk. Oh, a second Ancestral Recall. Lovely. Lovely. Yeah, and here you can see the how strong a Hole Breacher would have been, the card I was talking about in the draft. The one that instead of drawing cards, other than the first one they would draw each turn, you make a treasure. Right? That would just shut down these Ancestral Recalls, shuts down Jace from being able to brainstorm. Oh, there's a Tolarian Academy. Okay. There's a Narset. Right. What are the odds that my opponent just decks themselves? There's a non-zero chance of that. Mirari Conjecture. Ooh, my opponent's doing some fun stuff. So, I've got 4 mana floating and a Mox Emerald untapped. Okay, 5 mana floating. Mirari Conjecture. They'll probably get back the Ancestral Recall. Yep. Sorry, one of the Ancestral Recalls. To be more specific there. Alright, they have to discard. Okay, Oko. I mean, Oko's not bad. I can't remember which of these Mox Rubies has haste and which one doesn't, so I'm just gonna... Because I think I'm gonna Elk one of these so that I can... Yikes. It's probably the one on the left that has been in play, right? I want to be able to pressure some planeswalkers here, so I'm going to Elk this Mox Ruby. I think this is the one. Okay. Yep, I was right. And I will go ahead and attack Jace. They'll probably block with the Spellseeker. Yep. Okay. So now that I have an Oko in play, they actually do need to do something, because I'm going to be able to just keep elking my Mox Rubies. Sure, yeah, get back your Mind Twist. Go for it. You are welcome to Mind Twist me again, if you so desire. Trying to figure out what's going on. They got 9 cards in hand and like infinite mana. Like, why haven't they played more cards? I guess they got back their they played Mirari Conjecture last turn, that's right. But we didn't see, like, unless... I mean, we haven't seen any other win conditions from our opponent other than Jace and, like, Seagate Stormcallers and Snapcaster Mages, so it's possible that our opponent, like, takes a bunch of extra turns but then can't convert that to a win and ends up decking themselves. There's a non-zero chance of that happening. Yep. Recall. Don't like whatever's happening here. Fractured identity. Okay. Yeah, they got this one. Here we are for round 2. I'm on the play, and yeah, I'll keep this hand. It's a decent hand, a little bit, like it doesn't go as big as a lot of the hands in this cube go, but my deck just generally doesn't go as big as a lot of the hands in this cube go, so I think it's about as good of a hand as I can expect. That, I guess, except I guess I could have Oko or Time Walk, but barring that, it's pretty good. Yep. Okay. Just play a forest to play around Wasteland. And say go. Hold up this mana leak. Looks like our opponent is also playing blue-green. Ancestral Recall. Well, I'll mana leak that one. Okay. Regrowth. Yeah, Regrowth seems pretty good. Play Bayou. I'm holding this Misty Rainforest because I have a I have the Tireless Tracker that it's good with. I also have Jace and Oracle. So there's a number of purposes for this Misty. That said, I'll play it next turn if I don't have another land. Uro. Yeah, they can have an Uro. That's fine. I want to save the mana leak for something that I actually care about. And the first half of Uro, I do not care about. We getting our Cloudskate this turn? Looks like we are. Cast the Cloudskate. I'll return the blue, I guess. I don't know. Okay. They're not doing anything with the mana. Okay. I'll play Oko. Oh, you know, I could have played a Misty, and that way I would have mana leak backup in case they went to like Force of Will to Oko, so I probably should have played the Misty pre-combat, but that's okay. I don't really want to elk this Mox Ruby, at least not yet, because I have Primeval Titan in my hand, so getting up to 6 mana actually is kind of important for me. Next turn, if they play like a Mox or something, I could swap control of the food for it. Nope. They're not playing anything. Okay, Snapcaster's pretty good. Not at the moment, but it has the potential to be pretty good. I'll just make another... maybe I should have elked my food there to just put a little bit more pressure on them. Yeah, I probably should have elked a food. Oh well. This gets Oko up to a lot of loyalty at least, so I can likely use the -5 ability without having to worry about Oko dying afterwards. Gosh, Oko's such a messed up Magic card. Like, if they hadn't banned it, this card would still be in Standard. Standard! For a 3-mana Planeswalker that ticks up to 6 loyalty when it comes down. Be a repeatable removal spell. Oh, silly card. Opponent stopped on the beginning of our combat. Unclear why. Seems unlikely that they would want to cryptic tapping down our Riftwing Cloudscape. Factor Fiction. Okay, well, I'll Mana Leak that one. Factor Fiction would fill up their graveyard for Uro. Looks like their graveyard's getting pretty full on its own, though. They might be able to Uro us and maybe as early as next turn, depending on what they've got going on here. Regrowth the Recall. Okay. Yeah, that's good. I can't Snapcaster, unfortunately. Or I could Snapcaster, but I couldn't Snapcaster and Mana Leak. So I'll probably plan on Mana Leaking their Uro next turn. Ooh, Strip Mine. That's nice. So I could tap out for a Primeval Titan. I could also just, like, Strip Mine their green and Snapcaster Mana Leak. Let's start by elking a food here. And getting in. Hits them for 5. I don't think I want to tap out. They've got a bunch of cards in hand. I think I'd rather go on the offensive with this Strip Mine, take out their forest. I'm trying to decide if I want to... So I could Snapcaster Mana Leak on their turn to counter whatever they're doing. I could Snapcaster Regrowth, get back Mana Leak, and then I have the Snapcaster in play, and Mana Leak is just a little bit more... Like, that's a little more flexible, but leaves a little bit less mana up, so I'm not playing around something like Miscalculation. I could Snapcaster Regrowth to get back Strip Mine. But I already played a land this turn. I think I'll just hold up the Snapcaster and see what they do. This way I'm not giving them the information that I have another counterspell. High Tide. Whew. High Tide's a little scary. I think I'll let the High Tide resolve, and I'll plan on countering whatever they're tapping out for now. Like, they're probably going to Time Spiral. Okay, Frost Titan, sure. So I will go Snapcaster. Get the Mana Leak. Okay. Mana Leak your Frost Titan. What? That was weird. Mana Leak the Frost Titan. They have Remand. Okay, I don't think... It says then exile it. I don't think this goes back to my hand. Yeah, it doesn't. Okay. Well, that's pretty good. It's not that good, though, because I can just Oko. I can just elk the Frost Titan, so I'm not, like, that scared of that. That's not really a problem for me. Yep, and now they're tapped out, so I can resolve this Primeval Titan, maybe. Okay, so let's... Oh, So this is interesting. So... This also counters abilities unless I pay 2. So I could let them have the Frost Titan for a turn. I think I want to resolve Primeval Titan while they're tapped out. I think that's more important. Let's go Misty. Go get a island, I guess? Oh, no, it's got to be something that taps for green because I tapped my mana wrong. Yeah, I'll just get a forest. Okay. Yep, use that. Let's go grab a Caracas and a Verdant Catacombs, I guess. And then I'll go ahead and elk my other food here. And I'll hit them for 2 in the air. So my opponent still doesn't have any green for this Uro, though their graveyard is full enough that they could cast it at this point, if they could find the green that they need. So if they are able to draw like a Black Lotus or something, they could get back the Uro. Time Walk, yeah, that's scary. So I'll probably offer the 2-for-1, like trading 2 foods for the Frost Titan if they attack with the Titan, tapping down my Titan. Interesting, so they played it without Kicker. Okay. So they're attacking Oko, tapping down my Titan. Okay, yep. I'll go to blocks. I will go ahead and double block here. They'll trade off. Sure. And they go to their extra turn. Spellseeker. Well, this is probably finding an Ancestral Recall or a Time Walk would be my guess. Or a Regrowth. So I guess they already have played a Time Walk and a Ancestral Recall. Miscalculation. Okay, well, I'm not very scared of Miscalculation. Yeah, they must have already gotten most of the good targets out of their deck. They can cycle a Miscalculation, that's fine. It's not going to be... They're not going to be able to counter anything with it ever because I've got 1,000,000 mana from this Primeval Titan. Okay. My turn. I'll go ahead and elk my Mox Ruby to just get in for some more damage here. Put my opponent on a little bit more of a clock. I'll go ahead and play out the Soul Ring. This way I can elk the Soul Ring next turn to make another attacker if I need to. Yep, they cycle the Miscalc. They still have 6 cards in their hand. Chase the Mind Sculptor. Okay. They're brainstorming. I have a pretty threatening board. They would, I mean, if they hit a Time Walk here, that would be pretty good. But they didn't find a Time Walk with the Spellseeker, so yeah. Okay. What do I want to do against this deck? Guess I'll just run it back. I don't have, I mean, I have 2 cards in my sideboard. Our bad mana's biting us again here. We can strip mine them twice. For whatever that's worth. Oh, we have Birds of Paradise. Okay, we're okay. Yeah. Okay, I will go. I'm gonna cast the birds this turn, and that way next turn I can Sylvan Library and then Strip Mine. Strip Mine, like, Strip Mining them is a little bit more valuable if I have some way of, like, getting advantage from the fact that we're both gonna be kind of taking a turn off of lands, and having a Sylvan Library in play is a way that I can do that. I think I still like Sylvan Library more than the Riftwing Cloudskate, so... let's start by strip mining them. Okay. Now I'll go Sylvan Library. Could have been some consideration to suspending the Cloudskate there. Time Walk's good. One, two, three. Eternal Witness. Yeah. Witness is good, so they can get back Time Walk. Okay. So this turn I'm going to plan on regrowing the strip mine and then strip mining the island to hopefully be able to take them off of their blue. I'll use Sylvan Library's ability. I'm just going to pay for life twice. I think I just want to, like, get deeper on cards here. So I'm going to go regrowth, strip mine. I'm going to go strip mine, blow up your island. Hopefully that stops them from being able to cast Time Walk. We'll see. Dang. Uro. Yikes. Okay. Now we're in a bit of a spot. Yep. Okay, there's a second Jace. Don't particularly want that. So let's put back Jace and could be Windswept Teeth, maybe? It could play out Tireless Tracker. Yeah, let's put the Heath on top, and I'll play Tireless Tracker. I don't think I want to reveal to my opponent that I have a Caracas just yet, because they might not commit to, like, they might be planning on escaping the Uro, but they might not want to do that plan if they know I have a Caracas to deal with it. So instead I'm going to start by playing out a Tireless Tracker. Next turn I can play the fetch land if I want to shuffle away the extra Jace. I could play Caracas if I need to do that. My opponent is going to get 2 turns in a row here, though, with their Time Walk. Fast Bond. Yikes. That's strong. I'm going to take the hit from the Witness. I would really love to draw our own Time Walk. That would be a very good draw. Like maybe our opponent has more lands and is deciding if they want to play them this turn or next turn. Maybe. Seven cards in the graveyard. 3 Hole Breacher. Yeah, okay, Hole Breacher's good. Well, that makes me a little bit less enthused about this Tireless Tracker here. In fact, I might just go ahead and trade it off. I'm at 8, so my life total is actually kind of a real factor here. Yeah, I think I will just trade off the Tireless Tracker now that they played the Hole Breacher. Okay. No, I'm not going to use Sylvan Library because they have Hole Breacher, so they would get to draw cards instead of me drawing cards. I like when I get to be the one that draws cards. That's my favorite thing. That's the thing that I like to do. I'm going to Windswept Heath, crack it, go get a Bayou. I'm going to play Jace and minus to bounce their Hole Breacher. So now they really like it's pretty important for them to replay this Hole Breacher. Otherwise I get to brainstorm with Jace. Yep. Okay. So they're probably planning on waiting to my turn. Trying to figure out how this ability works. So if I choose yes, I think the ability is resolving right now, right? Okay, so I can choose yes now. Yeah, and they don't get to Hole Breach me. Good. And then I will put on top, put on top. Okay. So let's go Soul Ring. One, two, three, 4, 5. Riftwing Cloudskate, cast. I'm going to bounce their island, and that kind of forces them to play the Hole Breacher. Okay, they're going to remand me, sure. So that allows me to resolve Jace's Brainstorm without having to worry about their Hole Breacher. So I'll put back Overgrown Tomb and... and Breeding Pool, maybe? And then Preordain to bottom both of them. Yeah, I think I like that. And land, Preordain. I'll go bottom, bottom, and draw. Ooh, Time Walk. That's a nice draw. Okay. Well, we're actually in a pretty decent spot here. We're reasonably close to activating Golos. We're going to have black, green, blue, white. We just need our red. Thieving Skydiver X1 to steal our Soul Ring. Yeah, that's pretty good. Thankfully, I can actually Riftwing Cloudskate the Soul Ring back to my hand, so it's not terrible. Okay, I do get to draw because they're tapped out. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. They're pretty choked on mana, so I think I want to Riftwing Cloudskate. I'm just trying to figure out what else I'm doing. So I'm definitely putting back an island. I could put back a Birds of Paradise, maybe? Oh, you know, I have the red for Golos off of our other birds, actually. Yeah, okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go land, time walk. I'm just thinking about how I want to do this. Go, Let's brainstorm first, see if we hit a Mox. I know 2 of the top cards, but there could be a Mox in the 3rd card. Ooh, Oracle's nice. Okay, so if I time walk, I can still Oracle, right? Yeah, so let's go Birds of Paradise and Island on top, right? And then I can go time walk. Maybe they have Force of Will or Force of Negation. Okay, that resolves. Let's do Oracle. Okay, and we win the match. Yeah, so next turn I was gonna get to Jace Brainstorm, put back some lands, and then play the lands with the Oracle, Golos. Yeah, I got a bunch of fun stuff lined up there. But it was a good match. I will catch you all in round 3. Okay, here we are for round 3. Ooh. This hand's interesting. So it's greedy. I'm really relying on the Sylvan Library to do a lot of work. I do have the fetch lands, but the thing is, if the Sylvan Library just gets countered, this hand does literally nothing. So I think I'm gonna mulligan. Yeah, I'm gonna mulligan. Okay, this hand's much better. Yep. Keep this hand. I will pitch the Windswept Heath, I guess. Okay. I guess I'll do my preordain on turn 1. Oracle. Oracle's interesting. So I definitely want this Cloudscape. I'm definitely going to top the Cloudscape. I'm just trying to figure out if I want Oracle. I don't have a 4th land yet. It's really good with Jace. You know what? I'm going to top them both. I'm going to keep them both. Play a little bit greedy here. Gotta remember this Verdant Catacombs, since I don't have double blue for Jace yet, I want this Verdant Catacombs to find a breeding pool. So next turn I'll shock in the Overgrown Tomb to suspend the Cloudscape. Okay, opponent's got a pretty explosive start here. Oh, they got their own Sylvan Library. Yeah. We'll suspend our Cloudscape. And we'll say go. So most of the draws in our deck are good at this point. We don't really have much cards that cost 4 or more, or like we because the land's good and a spell that we can cast is good. So really the only bad draws would be like another Jace or Primeval Titan. Oh my gosh, a second Soul Ring? Okay. Well, this is probably not going to be good for us. Opponent has 5 mana. This is like a Batterskull, a Thragtusk. Mind Twist X4. That is not good for us. Okay. Well, I don't even know what I want now. Breeding Pool, sure. This is going to be a hard game. Our opponent's already on 5 mana. They made us discard our whole hand, and they're looking at 2 extra cards a turn. I do not like our position. I don't know how we win this game. I guess we draw, like, Time Walk. Time Walk doesn't even, like, do that much, though, right? Like, it just gets us to our Cloudskate a little earlier. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see what our opponent's win condition is here. They do need to win the game somehow. 5 mana. 6 mana. Primeval Titan. Nope. Okay, they're going for blue instead. Okay, Time Walk, sure. Yeah, they don't have any lands that produce blue, so it looks like they wanted to make sure they could cast their Time Walk. Sure. Okay, that's 4. 5, 6. Carnage Tyrant. Well, that is a win condition. I cannot beat that. Carnage Tyrant actually seems like a pretty good thing to ramp into in this cube that's full of counters and, like, I don't know, it's just a really hard to interact with threat. Like, it's probably better than something like Primeval Titan in this particular cube. I don't think in general it's stronger. But since everyone's playing blue and a lot of the best spells are counter spells, Force of Will, Mana Drain, Mana Leak, Counterspell, Cryptic Command, the ability Uncounterable is at a premium. This sounds good. Needs a little bit of help. We can't cast Jace just yet. You can cast a turn 1 Tireless Tracker. I think I like that better than playing a Birds of Paradise. Though Birds would allow me to leave up Mana Leak next turn, whereas this line doesn't. Maybe I was supposed to play Birds. I don't know. I guess I could have just led with the... Yeah, I think... the more I think about it, the more I think I probably was supposed to... Oh, well. Now I'm glad I played the tireless tracker. Okay. Wow, that was a pretty rough draw. Would have actually loved to land there, but that's okay. We can cast the Krasis next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we hit a land, we can cast Krasis X4. Ooh, a fetch land, even better. Yep, investigate. And I'm gonna grab the breeding pool and shock. We still have the other Jace in our deck. Okay. Krasis. Yep. Go ahead and play out the Mox Ruby. Okay, well, if we untap next turn, I think we just win, because we can time walk. Oh, Black Lotus is scary. So, Carnage Tyrant? I don't even need Black Lotus for Carnage Tyrant. Yep, it is a Carnage Tyrant. Okay. Well, we can still chip in with the Krasis in the air. Let's go ahead and preordain. Ooh. That's interesting. So I definitely want the time walk. Just trying to figure out what. I think maybe I want Urza. Urza. Because Urza allows the clues to tap for mana. Yeah, I'm just going to go top. So I'm going to go Time Walk. Okay. I'll crack a clue. Draw a card. Yep. Crack a clue, draw a card. And I know I'm getting rid of my clues, but I'll get more in my coming turns. See, look, a clue. Get a clue. And now I can crack in with the Krasis. Okay. Now I get an extra turn. So we can go blue, blue, 2. Yep. We can go blue and anything. Take an extra turn. We can... Oh, I win. Okay. Going into game 3... I might swap this Cloudskate out. The Cloudskate feels very, very slow. I think I'd rather just be able to Mystical for Time Walk. Like, Cloudskate doesn't even hit the thing they're ramping into with the Carnage Tyrants, so... Alright, we are on the draw. I think. Yeah. Confirmed. We are on the draw. This hand's fine. I'll keep it. It's not as explosive as a lot of the hands in this cube can be, but... I mean, I got 2 Accelerants and a Planeswalker. Turn 3 Jace. I can't complain too much. Or Golos, if that's better. Turn 3 Jace probably does not beat Questing Beast on turn 1, but we can see. Maybe it does. If they were like really keeping that hand off the back of that. Oh, well. Turn 2 Oko is quite good against Questing Beast, so don't mind that. It is a little awkward that if I do that, well, we'll see if I draw a land. I need to draw a land in the next 2 turns to be able to still cast a Jace. Okay. Take 4. Snapcaster, sure. Okay, gonna elk your Questing Beast. And Sego. What is this? Questing Beast can't be blocked by creatures with power -1 or less. What on earth? That is a bizarre line of text to still be on that card. Okay. Yep. They hit Oko down to 2. Oh, Force of Will's pretty good. So I can't Jace this turn, but what I can do is tick up Oko to 4. That way the Questing Beast doesn't kill it anymore. Play an Azorius Signet. And then pass the turn, holding up Force of Will. Probably planning on pitching a Jace to this Force of Will, because Jace is not good in multiples. Would love to draw Time Walk, because I could Time Walk, Snapcaster, Time Walk. Not next turn. I could Time Walk next turn, but I couldn't Time Walk, Snapcaster, Time Walk next turn. That costs 6 mana. So next turn I can elk my food to make a blocker for the Questing Beast. Mox Emerald, sure. Mind Twist X2. Finale of Devastation for 1. What are they finding for 1? Is there anything that I'd be scared of? I don't think so. I think I'm going to let this resolve. It's probably just like a mana dork. Yeah. Okay. I hit my Oko. Ouchie. Yep. My turn. Okay, Misty's good. So now I can Jace. I think I want to brainstorm. There's some thought to like bouncing their elf to take them off of mana for next turn. That's actually kind of interesting, because if they're finaleing for a bird, then they probably really want the mana, and Force of Will doesn't stop Carnage Tyrant. So I'm definitely elking this food. That's for sure happening. I might have talked myself into bouncing this birds. Yeah, I think I did. I think I'm going to bounce the birds. This just slows them down a little bit. I still have Force of Will up. Because really I'm just trying to slow down their ability to cast Carnage Tyrant, because that's one that I can't interact with Oko or Jace or Force of Will. Vampiric Tutor. Sure. And they're doing this upkeep. Okay. Getting... What would they get there? Time Walk? Okay, you can have the birds. Time Walk. I think I'll force Time Walk because Time Walk could allow them to play a, Carnage Tyrant next turn, and that's the card that I'm really scared about here. Yep. Pretty happy to trade off our food here. Sure. I'm not going to crack this Misty just yet, because I want to be able to brainstorm with Jace and then shuffle. Okay, so... I think I want to brainstorm with Jace and shuffle. Could also bounce the elf again to take them off of Carnage Tyrant for one more turn. I think I just want to brainstorm. That seems too good to pass up. One, two, three, four, five. 6 with the Mox Ruby. I think I'm just going to put back Island. And then I'll crack Misty. To go get a Bayou. Play Mox Ruby. Maybe I want to Golos first. That doesn't allow me to leave up 2 things for Preordain. Well, I'm probably not going to top anyways. Let's go bottom the Ruby and top Time Walk. That seems good. Okay. Play Ruby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think if I Golos here... So if I Golos here, then next turn I could do some Time Walking. Alternatively, I could, like, Time Walk this turn, and then Snapcaster next turn. Yeah, it seems better to... I think I want to get the Time Walk in while I know it's good. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to Time Walk now. I'll tick up Oko. And then pass the turn, I think. Okay. Ooh, this is nice. So now I can regrow, get back time walk. I can time walk again. Let's Jace Brainstorm. Put back... wow. These cards are all good. I guess put back Prime Time and then Krasis. Play a land. So I've got a Time Walk in the bank. So I could just start elking my foods. Okay, they've had enough. All right. Well, thanks for joining me for that draft. I might be doing a couple more of these Supreme drafts. Might switch over to Arena Cube, not quite sure. Once the Vintage Cube proper goes up, that's all I'm going to be doing, though. So look forward to that, and I'll catch you next time.